see you try that right. Anyways, I am sorry, guys. So, guys, this is take two of the press conference, guys. That first one pissed me off, guys. But I could not let you guys down, guys, because you guys are the best people. Because you guys are truly the best. Really, please, it's for the best. Let's I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, boys, you should know, if you guys do know anything about me, is that I don't give up. Mama, don't give up. Don't miss. Yeah, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, and welcome back to the reaction to the press conference, guys. Take two, guys. I had to switch my stream completely, guys, to move it to another area, guys. A much better area. Big up to every single one of you guys. Appreciate every one of you guys who is back on the stream, guys. Sorry, guys, about that whole, debacle, guys. That was my other app that I was using, but we are gonna be redoing the press conference again, guys, and we're gonna be doing a quick reaction, guys, like I mentioned before, guys. And this time there should be no bugs. There should be none of these things happening, guys. But let's quickly get started, guys, very quickly. Big up to every single one of you guys watching. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. And guys, quick head start, guys. The press conference, you guys are not going to be able to hear the questions in English, guys. All right, so I'm going to just we're just going to be listening to what Hansi Flick has to say and just basically responding to what he says, based on what he's saying, man. But he says, you're giving to him too much respect into another level. Van Lee, this is the thing, bro. At the end of the day, there are different kinds of fans, right? There are those fans that only love their club and like talking shit about other clubs. I'm different. I actually like talking about my team, but also when I see something, I give credit. Now, that doesn't mean I love that club, doesn't mean I like that club. I might absolutely hate the club's guts. You understand what I'm saying, right? But you gotta be real, bro, because if we're expecting people to respect us, we can't be sitting here disrespecting others, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, Van Lee, however you decide to be a supporter, it's up to you, man. Like me, I support, this is how I support, okay? I give credit to teams. That doesn't mean I like them. That doesn't mean I rate them. Doesn't mean I disrespect them or I think they're better than my club. It just means that I respect them. And sometimes respect should be earned. Do you have to like them? That's the thing. Like and respect are two different things. There's teams I don't like, but I do respect. But yeah, man, listen, do whatever you got to do. But at the end of the day, Dani Olmo is back. But Dani Olmo has been injured 4 times this season, okay? So, yeah, there's your answer for you. But let's get started, guys, with the press conference, guys.
Barça One, Marta, sisplau.
Bona tarda, Hansi. Marta Mauricio, a Barça One. Ara entrem en una fase on tots els partits són decisius, començant per demà, el Celta, que està lluitant per Europa. Què espereu d'aquest partit i quines creus que seran les claus? Gràcies.
So I think the opponent, Celta, have a clear idea how they want to play. They are very brave in their build-up. And of course, for us it's important that we show our strength, so that we are doing maybe what we missed in Dortmund. So this is for us important. We spoke this morning about these situations, about the situations we had in Dortmund, and we have to make it better tomorrow.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I alluded to this in the previous stream that you guys maybe didn't see. But look, I'm gonna just say this right now, right? I'm gonna shoot straight with you guys. When it comes to Barcelona and our performance against Dortmund, I didn't like it. I've already said what I've said. I've already stated my opinions. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, what I said still stands. Barcelona, I get it. You can lose. There's a way to lose games. You understand what I'm saying, right? You can't lose like that. You can't go to a stadium just because you have a healthy lead and try to just say, all right, cool, no attacking, no nothing. Sometimes it's important to actually get those W's, like get big wins, because you know what big wins does? It makes an impact. The reason why teams are looking at Arsenal's performance against Real Madrid as something incredible is because they did that to Real Madrid. You go to Real Madrid's home ground after beating them 3-0 at home in your home stadium and putting 2 past them and beating them 5 in aggregate. Like, that is a statement. That is a statement to people. And even though some people will hate, because that is natural, but the fact of the matter is this: sometimes you have to play like you want it. Sometimes it's important to always show that level of, not giving up. When we won the treble 10 years ago, we played Manchester City. Our road to the final was Manchester City, who were the English champions, PSG, who were French champions, Bayern Munich, who were German champions, and Juventus, who were Italian champions. We played 4 different champions to our road to winning the treble last season. When we played against City, we beat them home and away. When we played PSG, we beat them home and away. When we played against Bayern, we beat them at home. Yeah, we lost the away leg. And then we beat Juventus in the final in Berlin. Our road to the final was, you could see, bro, we were unstoppable that year. You understand what I'm saying? And listen, that is sometimes what you have to do. When you're watching the game against Dortmund, yes, you won 4-0. But when you go to the second leg and you're just sitting there, and this is the thing, like I mentioned, it's not about losing. It's the way we lost. It's the way we just approached the game so nonchalantly, just chilling and just saying, all right, man, 4-0. Listen, man, let's just chill. Why do we have to push ourselves, man? We've already won this tie. Do not do that. At the end of the day, When it comes to teams like PSG, look at PSG. People are going to tell me, oh, but PSG lost against Villa. Bro, PSG were 2-1 up. Imagine PSG actually showed more in the game against Villa. Villa were just better. And that's what I mean. Van Lee is sitting here saying, oh, PSG lost. Bro, PSG lost, and they lost with dignity. At the end of the day, Aston Villa, they gave it their all. That's why they won the second leg. It's not because PSG came to that second leg underestimating them. PSG came with an A game. They wanted to win that game or basically not lose. But Villa wanted it more. That's why they won. You understand what I'm saying? But look, for me, the reason why I'm making such a big deal about the loss against Dortmund, it's not necessarily that we lost to Dortmund. It's the fact that I'm worried, how are these guys going to approach the Inter game? Because I'm worried that we're going to approach the away leg against Inter like with the same mind state. And if we do, we're screwed. We really are screwed. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's continue. Let's listen to what Hansi Flick has to say.
Bon dia, Hansi, Roger Bossà de Catalunya Ràdio. En aquest sentit, després d'analitzar-ho en fred, el que va passar a Dortmund, creus que és més una relliscada puntual o és un toc d'atenció per a l'equip? Gràcies.
So, do you know how many matches we made in the last couple of weeks?
Exactly, Tende.
You know it?
Thank you. Tell him, Tende.
Okay, and you know that we have the same situation maybe in the match.
Van Lee, I don't expect us to go full throttle every single game. You know what I don't expect? I don't expect my club to be going to games, right, just relaxing. I'm sorry, bro. You are in a like that. Like, what are you trying to say? Because we were 4-0 down, we're just supposed to just come there and just chill. All right, no problem. By all means, let's do that. Let's go against Inter. Let's beat them in the home leg, and then let's just go to the San Siro and just chill. Yeah, let's just go chill. It's not about going full throttle. You see, this is the thing. If we had played them and we were like, all right, cool. Hit them every time Dortmund went forward, we would hit them on the counter. We weren't even trying to hit these guys on the counter. We weren't even trying to hit. Look at what Arsenal did. When Arsenal played full throttle yesterday, on Wednesday. When they played full throttle, they were literally defending, and every time they had the ball, they were trying to find their wingers. Because they were like, listen, let's try to hit them on the counter. That's all we got to do. Because we know they're going to open space. Whatever, man. All right, let's continue with what...
in Milan. So... do you know how many matches we made in the last couple of weeks? You know it? Okay, and you know that we have the same situation maybe in the match in Milan that we have before this match, that we arrive very late at 3 or 4 o'clock. Maybe the players are in the bed at 5 o'clock, 2 days before. This is. I don't want to make excuses about this, complaining about that, but it happened here. I never had this before in Milan that we have before this match, that we arrive very late at 3 or 4 o'clock. Maybe the players are in the bed at 5 o'clock, 2 days before. This is. I don't want to make excuses about this, complaining about that, but it happened here. I never had this before. I never. Every league protect their clubs when they play, when they play in the Champions League.
Thank you, Hansi Flick. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Listen, for all the people who are here in the chat, if you're someone who watches other leagues, tell me if what this guy is saying is a lie. Tell me, guys. I'm actually curious, guys, because am I wrong? Am I wrong? Because I could have sworn that when we played Benfica, I might need to ask Northside about this, right? If I ever get the chance, or Steve, right? I might need to ask them. But when we played them in the Champions League, I swear their midweek game in the weekend, it was cancelled because of their game against us. I could have sworn they did. Like, bro, this happens a lot. I don't know which other team did it. There's another league that's done that recently in a game where they got their midweek game cancelled because they had a Champions League game that they had to focus on. It's incredible. At the end of the day, I've said this already. La Liga is the only league in the world that has no protection about their clubs. This idealism that they try to force onto people that, oh, Barcelona, these guys are doing this, and literally had a game of. Thank you, Tende. There you go. Thank you, Tende. Proof right there. PSG second leg against Villa, because it was a second leg and they were defending a 2-goal lead. Ligue 1 canceled their midweek game. Guys, you can't write this shit. You really cannot write this. You can't, bro. You cannot write this, bro. It's incredible. I'm being that serious. It's only La Liga that doesn't protect their players. There's a reason. Look at teams like Real Madrid. Bro, Real Madrid are out of the Champions League. Look at when we play against Dortmund. Listen, I understand. We were very lax in that game against Dortmund. But here's also the thing, bro. We were playing the same squad that we played against Leganes, against these guys. Right? We played the same squad. So what do you expect? They were all shit. Right? I mean, look at it. Big up to my guy Michael in the chat. Subscribe to Michael TV10, guys. Dutch League. There you go. He's an Ajax fan. I think. Are you an Ajax fan or a fan of? I don't wanna assume, because I know you watch Eredivisie. There you go. This is the Eredivisie fan right there, guys. He's saying that their games, midweek games in the Champions, when they're in the Champions League or in Europe, usually their midweek games might get cancelled. La Liga is the only league that refuses to do this. If we're in the Champions League semifinals, don't you think it is good for the league to have a team, a Spanish club, in the Champions League final? You would think that La Liga will be like, wait a minute, Barcelona could potentially win the Champions League and they're like the only Spanish team left. How about we actually cancel the game against Valladolid, move it to another day so that they can have a lot of time to get ready for the Inter game? But no. You know what they're going to do for us? They decided to move the game from a Sunday to Saturday, guys. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ajax. Big up to you, bro. He's an Ajax fan, right? They decided to move the game from from Sunday to Saturday. So now, instead of having 2 days of rest, we'll have 3 days of rest. And you know what, right? I was on the football terrace and they were telling me this. They were like, oh, Omar, you're complaining, but this is the Premier League. This is how the Premier League works. Bro, first of all, here's the thing. If I watch the Premier League religiously, I know that when teams are usually in the semi-final, like Arsenal, I don't know when Arsenal are playing, but I'm sure that if they have a game on like a Tuesday, they're probably going to move their game to a Friday. That way they will have like 4 days of rest or something like that. At least. But this is the point. At the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. These guys, they don't give a damn. Because at the end of the day, La Liga doesn't give a fuck about Barca. Right? Look at this. Same with the Syracuse Athletic Club and Real Betis. Bro, this is why Spanish clubs, and this is the thing, right? Sometimes you need to take a step backwards to take 2 steps forward. If we were as a club or as a league, right? If the clubs in the league weren't doing so well in Europe, bro, I'm telling you right now, they would have finally said, you know what, maybe we should start resting. But the fact that some of our teams usually do well in Europe, even though they have all this fixture congestion, it's an absolute joke. They always expect the coaches, the managers, to basically do all of the work. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. But yeah, let's listen to what my guy has to say. This is how the Prem works. Look at my chart on Chelsea. There you go. Big up to my
Especially
guy.
in the semi-final. It's unbelievable. And we have no time to rest. And for me, it's the guys who are responsible for that. I want to discuss with them because they have no idea. They have no idea how it is, you know. And my team, of course, maybe we don't play so good in Dortmund, but at the end, we are in the semi-final, okay? And the other team who plays maybe better than us, they are out. And we played at home a fantastic match. So it's like that, and it's normal. So it's maybe we have not the best moment, but my team is doing great. I'm really proud about them because they are doing a fantastic job and they try always to give the best. But of course, in Dortmund was not the best. But at the end, it's like we reach our goal that we are in the semi-final, and I think it's for us. It's a big thing. It's very positive for the club, very positive for the supporters, for the team. And when you know, when we start with the preseason, and now we have the 18th of April, and when someone said, "Hey, on 18th of April, You are in the semi-final, you are in the final in the Copa, and you are a leader on the board, now on the table. Well, I said, go kiss him and hug him and say, okay, I take it. And now we are on this, and the supporters, I think everyone is happy, and the club is happy, and they deserved it, and also the team deserved it, and I will protect them, because I see it in every training. I see it when they are giving the best, okay? And maybe sometimes it's like that, but at the end we just lose one game, but we are because of the first match. We are in the semi-final, and this is the most important thing. And we have to go positive, and we know, we analyze everything. I think, I think the team knows what to do tomorrow, and hopefully they can do it, and they can show it.
Guys, he had a lot to say in that point, right? But if you guys listen to Hansi Flick's tone of voice, that sounds like a guy who's just had enough. Like, genuinely, if you guys listen to the way he's talking right now, he genuinely sounds like a guy who's genuinely just lost it. He's done. He's just done. Because think about this, right? He's literally just said, there's no other league that does this. Don't get it twisted. I know Hansi Flick wasn't happy about the performance against Dortmund. He's happy that we went through. But even he's admitted it. At the end of the day, he wants to talk to the people that actually do the scheduling. Like, bro, at the end of the day, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Gotende says, actually, our Barcelona schedule against Inter is on a Wednesday, then on a Tuesday. Exactly, but remember this. Remember, watch along tomorrow. Warrior J, unfortunately, I won't be doing a watch along. It's an early kickoff, and I'll be at work. Yeah, man, it sucks. It really, really sucks, man. I am not happy about that. I am not happy. I will do a live for a match reaction, though. So, yeah, man, apologies, but... yeah, I mean, like, there you go. 10 days. As far as your question is concerned, yeah, we're playing the second leg on a Tuesday, and that is the important thing, because in the midweek of that game, I think we're supposed to be playing, I swear we're supposed to be playing against Valladolid, right? So, the Valladolid game was supposed to be on a Sunday. So, we were supposed to play on Sunday, then on Tuesday. You understand what I'm saying, right? But now we're actually playing the game on like on a flipping, oh my days. We're playing the game now on a Saturday, and we'll get a 3 days rest, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, Warrior J, man, unfortunately, no watch along tomorrow, man. I am disappointed, but it's just Omar, thoughts on our manager's style. He set up in the team before and in the game. On your manager's style, I mean, man, listen, it's fair play to Hansi Flick. Listen, I know I gave him a lot of criticism. However, I will give credit to Hansi Flick. He's working with what he has, and he's done incredibly well. Like, this is the thing. I have nothing against Flick. You can see the way he's talking right now. He's just had enough. And I understand it, bro. As Barça fans, we have had enough with the amount of games that we're having to play. Don't get it twisted. For fans, this is great. You get more content, like I'm getting more content, right? Watch-alongs, videos, streams, doing all of that. It works well for us. You understand what I'm saying? But here's the truth, right? For me, for the players, right? For a club like me who is trying to win every trophy this season, this is hard. You understand what I'm saying, right? Because our squad is relatively very, very, very short, right? And listen, at the end of the day, credit to the players. The players are giving it their all. Listen, that's one thing I will never question about these Barca players. They're absolutely giving it their all. But you can only go as fast. You can only go so far. That's the problem. And listen, there's a lot of things that we need to work on in this team, but we'll see what definitely happens. But yeah, it is what it is. But it says, though you play Valladolid between Inter games, another 7-0. I mean, I see a strong rotation in the game against Valladolid. That's for sure. Yeah, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Yeah, it's gonna be a late kickoff. But yeah, let's listen to what Hansi Flick has to say.
Hola, Hansi, Marta Ramon de RAC1. És el teu primer any d'entrenador aquí al Barça i ara feies aquest repàs, no? Esteu en disposició de guanyar la Liga, esteu a la final de Copa, esteu entre els 4 millors d'Europa. Tenint en compte que el calendari és tan salvatge, com valores el fet d'haver arribat fins aquí, acabi com acabi la temporada, i com veus els jugadors física i mentalment per poder encarar el tram decisiu i definitiu del que us ve ara?
Yeah, we had between this match, Dortmund and Celta, we have one day more. we arrived late, very late, but of course I think we managed it really well. They are young players, not everyone, but they are young players, and the older are very professional. So it's not a big thing. I hope that, for me it's like that. When you play the match, when you start the match, it depends. If you play 45 minutes, if you play 60 minutes, or only 30 minutes, if you give everything, what you have, your best version, to help the club, to have the team to win, then it's perfect. Then you have your job done. And for me, it's like that. Okay, I could be a little bit tired, maybe, or feel a little bit that, but if I start, I gave everything. And when it's 30 minutes and he said, hey coach, I have to go out, it's no problem. When he gives everything. And this is for me the mentality, the attitude we have to have. Okay, then of course, and at the end of the day, we have to show in the mirror and say, okay, how was it? Was it good? I give everything or not? And this is to be honest with you, with us, and we are like this. And this is I love this mentality when the player have this. Okay, to give everything. Doesn't matter if it's 45 minutes, it's 60 minutes, or only 10 minutes. Don't care about that, but give everything for this team. And it's an amazing team and also a fantastic club.
I mean, I hear you, Hansi Flick. Here's the thing with what he said, right? I agree with everything he said. The players give their all. And I think when he's alluding to players coming off, I think he's alluding to the Ansu Fati, the Yamal point last week. If you guys remember the game against Dortmund in the first leg, Lamine Yamal asked to be taken off. He wanted to be taken off for Ansu Fati, right? And, at the end of the day, I guess what he's saying is, listen, as long as you give your all, if you want to come off early, that's fine. But I also say this about Flick, right? And big up to you, David, says Flick is maximizing with who he has in the squad. Yes, I do agree. I feel like recently he might not really... recently, I've been very surprised with some of the lineups he's been bringing up, right? Because he has been... He was giving opportunities to guys like Ferran Torres, starting them more regularly, when we had midweek games. But recently, Lewandowski has started so many games, right? So many back-to-back games, right? Ansu Fati, has been back in the squad, but he only just started. Bro, he just played his first game against Dortmund since January when we played Babestro, right? It's actually crazy. So, for me, I do agree with everything he says, but also I just think that, I'm not saying that, completely change the squad and all of these stuff, but you gotta trust the players that you have. You don't really have a choice. And this is the thing with Barca fans, right? We, Barca fans, the real Barca fans who actually watch the games every week, we understand how short the squad is. You understand what I'm saying, right? We will understand, okay, he's benching Yamal today. Maybe some people may not like it, but me, I get why he would bench a Yamal. Because you understand that Yamal is integral to everything that runs in the team, so you want to give him a rest. Same thing applies with Pedri. I was happy to see Pedri get a rest. People didn't like the fact that Pedri didn't start against Dortmund. I had no problems with it. When he came on, I wanted him to come on for Fermin. I wanted Gavi to stay because Gavi didn't start in the game against Leganes either. So I wanted to see him start in the game. I wanted to see guys like Ansu get more minutes, right? Even if he's not a part of your plans. I'm not saying you're trying to keep him part of your plans. That's not the case, right? But even if he's not part of your plans, you got to work with what you have because you don't have a choice. Your squad is extremely short. So you got to work with what you have already, right? But yeah, I mean, it says, Omar, in defense, who starts in defense and who holds bench? If you talk about this weekend, I want to see Kobashi and Inigo start. Now, I don't know what's happening with Christensen. He has been on the bench a lot recently. I wonder when we're going to see him. We might see him potentially very soon play soon. But I would like to actually see Christensen, man, because, listen, it's great, man. He hasn't played any games this season. Espanyol are winning against Getafe. I hate Getafe, so good one, Espanyol, even though I don't like them. But yeah, let's see what Hansi Flick has to say.
Hola, Hansi, aquí Francesc Latorre de TV3 i Esport3. Sé que vostè sempre diu que va partit a partit, ara venen Celta i Mallorca, però li voldria demanar si pot fer una primera valoració genèrica de l'emparellament amb l'Inter. Quina eliminatòria li espera al Barça?
No, I really appreciate them what they are playing. They are a very experienced team. They defend fantastic. They are well organized and also with the ball they're really clever. They have fantastic striker, but also the defense. Benji Pavard, I love because he was my player and he's a fantastic professional player. You always know what you get from him, and I really love to see him again in these two matches. But it's a fantastic team with a great coach. What he did in the last years was really unbelievable, and they're doing good, and it's a really tough job to do that.
Hola.
By the way, guys, make sure you guys smash the likes, guys. Smash the like button. But okay, so I'm guessing they were asking about the Inter game, how you're looking forward to the Inter game. Listen, as far as what I think about the Inter game, it's definitely our toughest test. This is good, bro. You know what's crazy about Barca? If we're gonna be very legit as Barca fans, for those Barca fans who are here, right? If we're gonna be 100% honest, this is our hardest game so far in the Champions League. We have not played a game like this so far in the Champions League. We have not been tested like we're about to get tested against these guys, against Inter Milan. Inter Milan, I've said it. If there's one club that is the antithesis of like Barcelona style of football, it's Inter. Inter are not going to come to our stadium trying to attack and basically create thousands of chances. No, they're going to remain compact, they're going to remain defensively structured, and they're just going to frustrate the hell out of us. You understand what I'm saying, right? And if we're going to be honest, Barcelona don't really deal well with clubs that are defensively compact. You understand what I'm saying, right? We struggle when we are dealing with defensively compact teams. That's why I'm worried. But because at the end of the day, don't get it twisted. This Inter Milan team can beat anyone. Many people are looking at them as outside favorites. And listen, I think that they are warranted of that. They're a very, very good team. But we'll definitely see what happens. Omar, do you see Barcelona building a new era with what they are doing and with the type of players that are being brought in? Yes. Yeah, sure. I mean, listen, man. Things are going well right now at Barcelona, right? I think Hansi Flick has a plan, but really it depends on what happens in the summer. Because, bro, the things I've been hearing recently about what is going to be happening in the summer is not a good sign. It's not a good sign. But go to my guy Luca, man. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing good, man. He says, people say terrorism ball from Inter, but Inter are 1,000 times better than Leganes, Osasuna, and Las Palmas, teams that you beat. Oh, yeah, bro. I'm not even comparing them to those guys. Absolutely not.
Mister, ¿qué tal? Alejandro Segura en directo para Radio Marca. El otro día vimos que descansó Pedri en Dortmund, no jugó desde el inicio, tuvo unos minutos de descanso, aunque salió en la segunda parte. Hay otro futbolista que parece que no descansa nunca, que es Jules Koundé, que lo juega prácticamente todo. No sé cómo puede gestionar el descanso Jules Koundé, si le ve bien físicamente, porque ahora llega un tramo de temporada muy, muy complicado. Gracias.
The problem with Jules is like that. When I say, okay, I give you maybe 30 minutes less on minutes, so next day he runs in Ziche. So it's for me, maybe he's better on the pitch to give everything for the team, maybe like that, or he's in fantastic fitness. This level is unbelievable. But I also know that maybe sometimes it's good to have a rest. But what I do is always to speak with the players. I speak with the players and the responsibility of their body is on their side. And if they are honest, they tell me this. And this is about the communication about coaches and the players. And for me, it's important. Of course, when we see something with the data we have that someone maybe is a little bit tired, we can see that, and then we have to change it. But if not, then I need the response from the players.
Listen, Hansi Flick has a lot to say down there. I actually just saw, big up to my guy, John Williams. I did see what you said about the Inter game. You talk about the fact that Bayern scored against 2 goals against them. Look, you're right. At the end of the day, I'm not saying that don't get it twisted. I'm not sitting here saying that we cannot score past them. I think that we'll win the first leg. At home, I genuinely think so. I think we're gonna beat them at the Monchi. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the current stadium. But look, I think that we're gonna beat them in our stadium. Now, what the question is, what are we gonna do when we go to the San Siro? Now, I know Bayern when we went to the San Siro and got a draw, but let's be real. Inter we're coming there with a lead, so it's different. You understand what I'm saying? But in the second, if they play us and we're with the lead, they're gonna actually come out and actually play. And it's just like what Tende just said. If you can remember how we played against when we played against Atleti on December, I think that this game against Inter is going to be very similar to that. I'm not saying we're going to lose, but it's going to be a lot like that, bro. We're going to be so frustrated by the way they're playing, man. He says, Omar, in general, do you like the way Barcelona are currently playing? I like it. Sometimes it is like, I feel like when we're getting attacked, right? The high line sometimes worries me, but to be fair, so far, the high line really works well for us. You understand what I'm saying? The high line really works well for us. Is it Monjuek? Is it Monjuek? Because to my brother Tende, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Tende's channel, guys. He's a Deportivo fan, my guy. I hope Deportivo are doing well. Hopes to see them next season in La Liga. And we'll do our job against Vigo. Don't worry about it, man. But yeah, as far as the game is concerned, I think the way we play Atleti is going to be similar to how we play Inter in the first game when we lost 2-1 to them. But I think we will get the win. We'll get if we can listen. The dream for me, we win 3-0. That's the only way I'm going to think we're in the final. Because I think if we win 3-0, I think Hansi Flick is going to give these guys the kick up the ass that they need to go to San Siro and not win, but at least. Just don't screw it up. You understand what I'm saying?
This is Mr. Heeman Perry, walking away from the store that turned him away for...
Germán. ¿Qué tal, Hansi? Germán Bona, del diario Sport. Acabas de hablar ahora mismo de Koundé y que hay futbolistas pues que casi que prefieren jugarlo todo. ¿Es también un poco el caso de Lamine? ¿Cuesta un poco también darle descanso o sustituirle?
Everyone knows that Lamine is a genius, okay? And with 17 years, he has a lot of pressure on his back. We need him on the pitch, but it's also we need him on his highest level. And this is the same what I told before. I speak with the players, and if he feels tired, so we have to change something. It's like that. And if he feels good or we see something in the data, then we change. It's normal. It's the same with Jules, the same with Lamine, and all the other players.
I mean, listen, as far as Yamal is concerned, I would personally rest him. I know I talked about potentially resting Rafinha, but bro, I just feel like Ansu, like, when was the last time Yamal actually started from the bench? Can any of you guys who are here, let's see, how many people are in here? All right, we got like 14 people. How many of you guys remember the last time when he wasn't injured, by the way? When he wasn't injured, right? When he was actually just coming back from injury. I mean, like, when was the last time he was actually came up from the bench? I feel like it might have happened recently, but I don't remember. But look, at the end of the day, he needs to be rested, man. Like, I'll be honest, I would personally, listen, I don't care what anyone says. I would start Ansu tomorrow. I would start Ferran, and I would put Rafinha on the right. Because Rafinha has not been playing well on the left. I would start him on the right and put Rafinha. I know, but knowing Hansi Flick, you know what he's going to do? He's going to start Ferran Torres on the left, maybe bring Yamal, or maybe bench Yamal, bring Ferran Torres on the left, bring what's his name on the right? Rafinha on the right, and start Lewandowski again. Or he'll probably do, this is the one, I hope he doesn't do this. He's potentially going to start, what's his name, Fermin Lopez on the wings. And good Lord Almighty, man, I'm just pissed off, man. Then this is off topic. Who do you think is winning, Hawks or the East? Hey, man, listen, man. You see it, man. The jersey speaks for itself, man. Come on, bro. That's the reason I'm wearing this, man. I'm supporting my boys today. They're gonna do their things. Omar, thoughts on the way midfield links to the attack, to the strikers' attack. I mean, it's extremely important. It's extremely important. At the end of the day, guys like Pedri, they're so integral. That's why I say Pedri is for me the best winger in the world, best midfielder in the world. Because he's not the guy that gets the assist, but he's the guy that works on everything in the midfield and gives it to the winger, or gives it to Dani Olmo, who's the attacking midfielder. Basically, the way we play our midfield is very different because we play at number 10. So a guy like Dani Olmo, he's the link between the attack and the midfield. You understand what I'm saying, right? And then you got Pedri, who's like the midfield general, and De Jong, who's like the link between the defense and the midfield. John Williams says, whenever Inigo is on the pitch, the offside line trap is executed perfectly. But when Araujo is paired up, is paired up with any other defender, they seem to make mistakes. That's the thing. I mean, to be fair, I knew this was going to happen. Truth be told, let's be honest, right? I think that when it comes to Araujo, because Araujo, and this is the one thing I will give, maybe this is the only excuse I might give Araujo is, the thing with Araujo is, how do I put this? I want to put this in the best way I can. He did not play, he was injured for most of the season. He returned in 2025. Like, let's be real, he did not play the first half of the season, right? Inigo and Kobashi had played preseason, they played in the season, so they had so much more time to learn the offside line and make sure things worked out. That's why Kobashi and Inigo's partnership works out even now, right? Araujo is still learning to make sure that he doesn't screw up the line. Because sometimes you're right. Most of the time when teams have been, when we've been caught on side, it's usually Araujo that's keeping it on side, or Koundé. Yeah, it's one of those two that's always keeping it on side. And as far as what he said about Koundé is concerned, listen, Koundé has played, Koundé, I think he's played the most games. Is he played the most games this season? I swear he has. I mean, he has been listen, he's not been amazing every game, but he definitely has been reliable. Like, very reliable. He says, Omar, was Ferran Torres worth the while? Not really. I think right now, with the way Hansi Flick is playing him, he's bringing the best out of him. You understand what I'm saying, right? He's bringing the best out of him. He's a bench player. He's an impact sub. He's a plan B. He's a second striker. That's what he is. You understand what I'm saying? And he's great for that.
Hola, bon dia. Aquí Joan Poquí de Mundo Deportivo. A Dortmund no va jugar Íñigo, sembla que l'equip ho va notar. Jo li preguntaria com està Íñigo de cara als partits que venen, i també si em pot fer una valoració en un equip tan jove, quina és la seva importància per la seva veterania respecte sobre els seus companys.
Yeah, for us it's very important that we also speak and coach on the pitch. It's very important, and in his position, he sees everything what happens in front of him, and he's also one of these players who also managed the team well from the defense, from the back, and this is very important. So no, I said it before. I think that was for one of the last press conference that I'm very happy with him. I really appreciate he's very professional and he's an absolutely leader, and he's doing a great job this season.
I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't understand the question. I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest. I don't know, Tende, if you're in the chat, what was the question about? Like, if you're in the chat, actually give me the answer, because I'm sorry guys, this is like the only one Mundo Deportivo showed in their YouTube channel. They didn't have the interview questions in English. So yeah, man, I don't know what the question was, but maybe Tende, you might be able to elaborate in the chat.
Joan Domènech del Periódico ha dit fa un moment que estava content el club, els aficionats, l'equip, els jugadors, però l'entrenador no sembla content per la situació del calendari i les exigències que li comporta el calendari. Com ho pensa solucionar? O pensa vostè aportar alguna solució quan es reuneixin, per exemple, els entrenadors, o no és una cosa que depengui de vostès, sinó dels clubs, dels presidents o executius?
So, did I understand it well? So you said I'm not happy? It seems like I'm not happy, or?
No, en el speech d'abans, quan s'ha queixat, perquè ha vingut a queixar...
Okay, give me a second. Let me. Anyway, we will ignore it. Give me a second. Do I sound super quiet, guys? Am I sounding like very quiet? Sorry, guys. Let me see what the problem is. Microphone. If I'm sounding way too quiet, let me know, guys. Okay? But I don't know what's going on. Anyway, no, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I don't know what the deal was with that question. It's fine. It's fine.
De la falta de descans i la falta de protecció a l'equip. Que si aquest és un problema...
Yes, it's just one. So I don't want to make excuse or complaining. It's just one thing. Okay? And this is okay. I'm happy that we are not playing on Sunday at 2:00 because it was before Sunday 2:00 against Valladolid. Now we are playing on Saturday at 9:00 in the evening. For me, it's why we cannot play at 6:00 or 6:30 like normally we play here. Why we cannot play there? Give me one reason. And I want to see this guy who is responsible for that. It's for me, it's a joke.
Guys, so I definitely understand that question he was asked. I think he was basically asked that because he was complaining about the fixture pileup, and I guess the interviewer told him, "Yo, you don't look happy about, you really don't look happy." Well, what do you expect him to do? The guy is literally, think about this for 1 second. Hansi Flick is training with the coach. Training with the team, traveling with the team, doing everything, right? So he has to travel with the team, he has to train with the team, he has to get up the same time as they do, he has to do everything. He is having to deal with this every 3 days for over a week. He's doing that 3 games a week, every single week. That is the point. And people are asking him if he is happy. Oh, you don't seem happy that you have to play so many games. You don't seem happy that you're having to literally having to fix your squad every single week. You don't seem happy that you have to travel from city to city, country to country for the next 2 to 4 hours every single week. I wonder why. Big up to you, Tende, for thanks for that, man. He said, so he was asking, you played Inigo. I wanted to ask you how Inigo and how he can help the team and what does it mean for his teammates. I mean, yeah, Inigo is definitely, for me, the defender of the season for Barcelona. Absolutely. But let's go back to what he's saying here. And asking him, oh, are you happy? You don't seem happy. Bro, of course he's not happy. He is not happy, bro, because the guy wants to win every trophy. And listen, nobody's saying that you got to cancel games. But the fixture pileup is a joke. It's an absolute joke. I'm sorry, but it is. I get it. When the league starts, they do the scheduling. But the problem is this. Every league does that. Every league makes their La Liga, Premier League, Serie A. Every league has this fixture ready for the season. But here's the thing. They understand that during the season, they're going to have to do the scheduling. In the Premier League, there's things like the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League to worry about. Guess what? When that happens, what do? They reschedule games. Every time. It happens all the time. Every league does it, right? But this league, they make it so hard. They make it seem like the most difficult thing in the world to reschedule games. Like, come on. No one is, who's going to complain? If Barcelona and Real Madrid are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League and you want both teams to do well, nobody's going to sit there and say, Barcelona, right? Nobody's going to sit there and say, oh, Barcelona is getting favors. Bro, what? Can I sit there? Okay, so guess what? Can I say PSG League is helping PSG because they canceled their game in this past weekend? Well, no shit, they're helping them because that's what you do. You want a French team to win the Champions League. Like, come on, bro. Am I speaking Wolof or something? This is a joke. Though I think the interviewer was speaking in Catalan, I couldn't understand 20%. It's all good, man. Appreciate you for that. It says, Omar, thoughts on which teams in the league might drop points against. Which teams in the league you might drop points against? I mean, bro, have you seen our last 4 games of the season? We have to play away to Bilbao. We still have the game against Madrid. We still have to go away to Espanyol. Bro, there's still games we could drop points. There's still other games we could drop points. So, yeah.
It's a joke. He make not the best, and I think also not for the Spanish football, because if we are successful, also the other teams in the EuroLeague, it's great for the Spanish football, and maybe they.
I literally just said this right now. Then I literally use the Ligue 1 point as an example. Why do you think Ligue 1 are trying so hard to make sure that PSG win the Champions League? What do you think that does for Ligue 1 if they win the Champions League? What do you think that does for Ligue 1 if PSG win the Champions League, guys? What do you think Arsenal winning the Champions League does for the Premier League? Thank you, Tende. Those are our toughest games, Ravi. But what does Arsenal winning the Champions League do for the Premier League? What does Inter Milan winning the Champions League do for the Serie A? Like, bro, people don't understand, bro. This brings eyes to your channel. This brings eyes to your league. There's a reason why, in the past decade, people were calling La Liga the best league in the world. There was a point when La Liga was literally controlling the entirety of La Liga, bro. You understand I'm sorry, they were controlling the entirety of Europe. There was a time when they did the European 11 and it was just La Liga players. That's how dominant we were, right? That is how dominant La Liga was. And no one doubted that La Liga was the best league in the world. Premier League could talk all they wanted, but everyone knew La Liga was the best league in the world. All the best players wanted to go play in La Liga because La Liga was where all the best players were. You understand what I'm saying? And why is that? Because you had Barcelona, who were basically the best team in the beginning of the 2010s, dominating the league, right? Dominating La Liga, right? Dominating Europe. And then you had Real Madrid under Mourinho building a dynasty. Then they started dominating in Europe. Then you had Atletico go to a Champions League final, right? Win La Liga. Then you had there were so many, and not to mention, you had Sevilla, who were literally back to back in the Europa League. That is the point. That was why La Liga was considered the best league in the world. Because in Europe, they conquered Europe. They conquered Europe. This is interscheduled before Barca. It's not that easy. Bologna, Milan, and Roma. I mean, Bologna are not doing well in the league. Milan are completely finished. And maybe Roma. Roma, maybe, I hear Roma, but Milan are not doing well. And neither is Bologna. But I get it. Milan is the Milan derby. So I'm not going to say it's going to be easy game. It's not going to be an easy game. But this is my point. Serie A was the best league in the world in the 90s and 2000s. Exactly. And why was that, Tende? Why was that? Wasn't it because you had flipping AC Milan dominating Europe, you had Juventus dominating Europe, you had Inter in Europe, you had flipping Parma in Europe, right? You had Lazio in Europe, right? Not to mention Udinese. But think about the clubs that were doing well in Serie A back in the day. No one was denying that Serie A was the best league in the world. Because why? Because the amount of teams that were in Serie A who were completely dominating Europe was an absolute joke. But yeah, there you go. But this is the problem. You're looking at La Liga now. If Real Madrid are winning the Champions League, Barcelona, we are trying our best to actually make sure the Spanish football is actually still good. But it's not helping because La Liga is completely screwing us over. Look at teams like Sevilla. You just mentioned it. Sevilla 3 times back to back. Bro, they've won 5 Europa Leagues. This team now can't even finish in the Europa League places now. They're in mid-table right now. This one's great club. And why is that? Because of this league, man. Absolute joke. Bologna 5th. I didn't even know. I'm tripping. I need to go back and check the table again. Omar, do you think there's enough big name players in La Liga for more teams to watch La Liga? I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, Mbappe is here. Vini is here. Lewandowski, Yamal. There's still a lot of good names, but there could be more names. But the problem is, La Liga have a ridiculous salary cap. So, yeah, probably not.
Then we have one more team who can play in the Champions League. Well, why not? It's like that, and I have no words for that. I'm speechless about that because the situation is unbelievable, and every federation or every La Liga, Bundesliga, Premier League take care about the clubs,
yep.
But we here not.
Yep.
We hear not. It's just, let them play. They can go.
No, that is the truth, isn't it, guys? There's no league that does this to their player. Every league protects their clubs. That is the truth. Every league. And I'm not sitting here just talking about Barca. Even Real Madrid have complained about this. Okay? We are the only teams right now that are doing well in Europe. Right now, it's only Barca and Athletic Bilbao that are left in Europe. I know, I think Batista in the Conference League. Are they going to protect Bilbao to make sure they win the Europa League? Like, we have three teams right now that could potentially win European trophies in La Liga, right? We have Betis in the Conference League, we have Bilbao in the Europa League, and we have Barca in the Champions League. We're going to have three different champions, and La Liga are not even trying to protect the three teams that are currently left. They're not. You should be greedy. You should be excited. You should be like, yo, we should do everything to make sure that Betis win the Conference League. We should be doing everything in our power to make sure, because the Champions League, Europa League final is going to be played in Spain, in San Mamés. Let's make sure that Bilbao make the final by any means necessary. Barcelona in the Champions League, let's make sure they win it. We want to make sure that this season, everybody still recognizes that La Liga is still the best league in the world. The disrespect on League and Serie A, but the teams are either winning the UCL or definitely adding respect to their leagues. There you go. And guess what, bro? This is why League 1 will do everything to make sure that PSG win the Champions League, and Serie A will do everything to make sure that Inter win the Champions League. Simple.
They come back at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And you have no idea how it means for the players, maybe to reach the bed 4 hours before. Wow, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I love how every single side hustle expert says the same damn thing. Start a YouTube channel.
What do you guys want me to say? What do you guys want me to say? I can't say anything anymore, guys. Do you think people watch La Liga more or less now than... Yeah, I think it's been watched less now, but I feel like football fans still watch La Liga. You know what I'm saying? If you want to watch some of the best football, you actually watch La Liga. Since Bilbao are playing Manchester United, they don't need many protection. Hey, listen, man. After what I saw yesterday, man, you never know.
Alex. Hola, Hansi. ¿Qué tal? Buenos días, Alex Pinta en el de relevo. Le quería preguntar por Dani Olmo, que regresó el otro día ante el Dortmund. ¿Cómo está y si está preparado ya para jugar de titular? Gracias.
We will decide it tomorrow. So of course he is ready.
I mean, I know what the question is. He's asking about Dani Olmo or whether he could potentially start tomorrow.
Yeah. Sure. If you change something on this position, because Firmin did it also really good.
No, he didn't.
But he's ready.
No. Okay, now you're just waffling now. Okay, Firmin Lopez was stinky in the last game. Don't even try that with me, bro. Don't try that with me, you absolute fraud. This guy, man, he's trying to bring Firmin in this talk, man. Nah, don't do that. Hey, big up to my guy Shahid, man. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing good, man. Yeah, I mean, would I start Dani Olmo tomorrow? Maybe, probably, but hey, we'll see.
Hola, Hansi. Jorge Agüero para Radio Nacional de España. Le quería preguntar por el rival de mañana, el Celta. En la primera vuelta, mes de noviembre, les levantaron un 0-2 y no sé si espera que lo de mañana también pueda ser una especie de partido trampa como el que se encontraron en Leganés. Gracias.
Of course it will be a difficult match.
Where he says, ask you about Dani Olmo, how you preparing for the rest of the season with him and to win preparing him to rest for the season. For the rest of the season for him and to win titles. I mean, yeah, but you know we have to protect Olmo. That's for sure, because bro, this guy is literally the most fragile footballer in the entire team. Come in at the end, or would you move on? I mean, there's a lot. I don't really have a lot of time to mention all of them, Ravi, but there's a lot of players.
So it's like it depends about us. So we have to play on.
My major reason why we need squad depth is because major reason why we need squad depth, and we must have to sign players in the summer. Are you trying to say unfortunately? Are you trying to say unfortunately? He says Deco should be better. It should better not act foolish this summer. I mean, yeah, we definitely need to make sure that we
on our highest level, and this is the thing. And I said before, really, it's a really good team with a really brave from the build-up, and also they know to play, the style they play, and also away matches. They are really like the away matches. So we have to take care. We have to play on our highest level.
Hello, Hansi, Eugenia Caroli, La Liga TV International.
He says, I want to ask you about Celta de Vigo's game and the other time. How is this a question for me, or is that the question they asked him? He said, what do you think about the Leganes game avoiding this sort of drop points? I mean, listen, whatever I heard what Hansi Flick said, and here's the thing. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100% with every one of you guys. Truth be told, we have not been playing well recently, man. We have not even been mustering shots on target recently. It's not good enough. Bro, we couldn't even muster a shot on target in our last two games. Our goals were own goals. But we got to work on this. We really have to, man. Yes, we do.
I want to ask you about Claudio Giraldes. At 37 years old, he's a very young coach doing an amazing job with Celta. They had 8 undefeated matches, just lost against Espanyol last week. So maybe in a similar situation as Barça this week, particularly. What do you think of him and his performance with Celta at such a young age? And what does his proposal challenge represent for Barça as a challenge for tomorrow?
No, it's I said before, I have the highest respect about his work. So he's doing great. He coached a great team, and the idea how they want to play, it's very good. You see a clear idea how they want to play in the defense, but also in the offense, and it's good to see. And of course, it had nothing to do with the age, and I think he coached many also in the club, the youth teams, and then he grew up there, and it's great. It's great to see, I have the highest respect about the work.
Hi, Hansi. Julie Claramont, live on.
We got to my guy there. I mean, apparently, they have a good young manager. Was he a former player? He might have been a former player. I don't know, but yeah, listen, that's good for them, man. Cause, hey, man, listen, it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens.
On Gigantes, we're 1 week away from La Final de Copa against Madrid, and we had like a massive injury, Alejandro Baldi. If you think he's gonna be there, if he's gonna be available to play next week, and how have you seen him these days? Thanks.
Yes, we have to show day by day. So it's I'm not sure if it works. We will see. We have to wait. Sorry.
Gracias, buena tarde.
I mean, what do you guys say? What are you guys saying about what Hansi Flick said there, guys? I'm not gonna lie. I like that Hansi Flick was very, very blunt with the things that he said, because at the end of the day, listen, I feel like he's trying to be professional, but he's very frustrated as well. So I completely understand what everything that he said, his frustration as far as the performance, the players, the way we performed is concerned. And listen, truth be told, I'm not very, very happy with like our fixture pileup, and absolutely, I think that he is right he is in his right to say the things that he said. But truth be told, I'm very, very happy, man, with everything that he mentioned here. Now, like I mentioned, I didn't do a match preview, so I'll be very, very honest, right? I think that tomorrow we will see a lot of changes in the squad. I expect to see some squad rotation, right? I do expect to see probably, a change in the defense. We could potentially see Inigo return, like he mentioned, Inigo. I hope Christensen starts. Probably very unlikely. Midfield, I want to see changes. Fermin Lopez, get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him away from the squad. I don't want to see him. You understand what I'm saying? Get him away. All right. Midfield, I want to see Pedri. I'm sure Pedri will start. No surprises. De Jong possibly will start in this game as well. Right. We're gonna have De Jong. Striker now. In the attack now is where I think that we will see changes. Finally, we'll probably see Hansi Flick will probably start Fernand in that game, because Lewandowski has been a bum in the past 2 games. Right. I want to see Ansu, but I know I'm not gonna see him. I expect maybe to see, I won't be surprised if he starts Dani Olmo tomorrow in the 10 to replace Firmino, right? I do think that he's going to start Yamal and Rafinha, even though I don't want to see them start. Wait, you have a game on Tuesday. Oh my days. Do you guys see my stress, guys? We have a game on Tuesday. So that means we're probably going to rotate. So yeah, rotate. You understand what I'm saying, right? So rotate. We're gonna probably see Ansu probably start, probably not, but I hope we see him start. But as far as the squad is concerned, I'm gonna just say my lineup, right? Szczesny, Inigo, and Kobashi in the defense. Kunde starts alongside Hector Ford. I don't want to see Gerard Martin. Gerard Martin was a bum in the last game. Could we see Eddie Garcia start? Maybe not. I'm gonna say De Jong and Pedri in the midfield. I'm gonna say Dani Olmo probably in the 10. You know what? I would start Gavi, right, and then put Olmo on the left, put Rafinha on the right, and then Ferran Torres as the striker, guys. But big up to every single one of you guys. As far as scoreline is concerned, tell me what you guys are saying as far as scoreline is concerned. Scoreline for me, I'm gonna go 2-0 Barcelona. We're going to get a 2-0, simple 2-0 victory, and we're going to get it done. And make sure, we do our thing, man, and get this out of the way, man, and, just move on to the game on Tuesday against Mallorca. Good Lord, we have a game on Tuesday already. It's an absolute joke, but yeah, man, Barcelona will play on Tuesday, guys. I won't be able to do neither watch-along, guys. Fuck's sake, I'm going to be I'm going to be at work, so I can't do watch-alongs for either game. So, unfortunately, guys, the only things you guys are going to get from me is either a live match reaction or just a video match reaction, guys. You probably will get a live match reaction from me tomorrow for the Celta Vigo game, but the game on Tuesday, however, I'll be doing a video for that. So, yeah, 10 days. Listen, man, inshallah, man, we'll win 6-0, man. But, yeah, man, guys, I am going to have to close out because I actually have to I have to be on the Football Mania show with Will, Football Carnage, and all the guys there. I will be redirecting you guys to the Football Carnage show, guys, right now, guys. We're going to be going in there. Listen, I'm already late. I know they're absolutely cooking. Edwin is probably cooking Will in that stream, guys. So I'm going to be redirecting you guys there. I will be there, and I'll make sure to cook this prick over there, man. Big up to every single one of you guys watching, man. Appreciate I see all your predictions, man. People saying 2-1. I see a 2-0. I see a 6-0 from 10 Day. But big up to every single one of you guys. Big up to all of you guys who have been here. This stream will be redirecting you guys to Football Mania, guys. I am literally going there right now to cook with that fraud, that Madrid fraud in for Will over there, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Big up to every single one of you guys. And like I always say whenever I end these streams, Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya. And peace, you guys. Take care.